Would you ever consider acting? I need advice on how to be more confident. Ooh, pet peeves. Oh, snap. Hello, is this thing on? Welcome, welcome, welcome to the first ever Margie Gives Advice. Margie, I should have thought of that beforehand. Whatever. Margie Gives Advice / Q&A. Okay, I have before you, my friends, a list of Q's that you have submitted to me. Q's stands for questions. Is this lighting good, dogs? It better be good. Wow, I am sassy today. I have a list of Q's, 2 pages of Q's that I've collected on my Instagram from you guys. And then I also have some advice questions. So we're smashing the 2 things together. Let's just jump into it. I am so excited. I am completely not technically qualified to give you advice, but I'm gonna do it anyway because I've got the power. Ow! All right, let's start. In no particular order, can you style your dance shoes? Okay, if you follow me on Instagram, you know that I've been doing dance classes 5 to 6 times a week because I'm really trying to get into musical theater, and the skill that I lack the most is the dancing ability. Every time I dance, it looks like I'm trying to be on SNL and people laugh, and I'm like, but what if I'm not trying to be funny? And I got these cool dance shoes. Basically, they fit perfectly into my style because they're white sneakers, but they bend so you can plie and whatnot. To plie means to bend. That's dance lingo. Yeah, anyway, I'm really liking them. I wore them with everything. If I had shoes on right now, I'd wear those. Bing! Best breakup advice. Oh, shenanigans. This is a big question. For the purposes of this video, best breakup advice would be to, 1, do not creep on them. Mute them in all capacities and do not keep contact. If this is a real breakup, you need to accept that and you need to stop communicating with them. The longer you communicate, the longer you hold on, the longer you linger, the harder it is. It's not really a clean break unless the communication is done. So I highly recommend that, and I also recommend picking up a passion project. Whether that's your career, if your career is what your passion is, run like the wind with that. Or if you're like, whoa, if you feel like your career is not your passion, but you really want to take up dance, hint, hint, I highly recommend dance classes. They're so cathartic and so fun. I've been known to cry just in the warm-ups alone because it's such a blast. Picking up a new hobby or a new skill that really just brings you joy, period. Do that. Invest in yourself right now, okay? Number 3, favorite office characters. Honey, you know I'm all about Jim and Pam. I'm looking for my Jim. If your name is John Krasinski, I know you're taken, but if you have a twin, cool me dog. Oh, and Jenna. I'm obsessed with Jenna Fisher in real life. She has a book called The Actor's Guide, or a Survival Guide. The Actor's Life, a Survival Guide. You need to read it no matter who you are, but particularly if you're in the entertainment industry, you need to read that book ASAP. I laughed, I cried, and I felt really inspired by her. Okay, I'm obsessed with her. Follow her on Instagram. When is your next Margie Mays show episode, you guys? Okay. Here's the deal. I'm in a busy time in my life, and thank God for that. I am losing the ability to edit all the content that I have. So I'm currently in talks with finding the right editor. Submit to me at margiemaysmusic@gmail.com. I currently have another Margie Mays episode filmed, and it just takes so long to edit that it ends up falling to the wayside of priorities. But I love the Margie Mays episode, and I have huge dreams for it. In my dream scenario, I could make 3 videos a day. Getting that editor will be the move, and then I'll have way more content for all you guys. Okay, you kind of remind me of Ashley Tisdale. Have you ever gotten that before? I actually have. Okay, not a lot. It's interesting. There used to be like one actress that I got always growing up. Like, I think the first time I ever got a celebrity lookalike moment, you know, when someone's like, you look like this. I was in an acting class in lower school, and I got that same girl all the way through high school to the point where I did see it a little bit, and then I stopped getting it, and then you know when you like start, you're like, you can get a celeb lookalike that's a compliment, and she was totally a compliment, and then you can get a celeb lookalike that's like not a compliment, and you're just like, uh-oh.
What's happened to me?
Anyway, Ashley Tisdale, I love High School Musical. She's so cute, and I do actually kind of see it. Oh, top 3 musicals of all time. This is fun. Wicked, number 1. The last 5 years is so good. Hairspray, yes. I haven't and see Waitress, but I'm obsessed with Waitress characters. Also, I think these are musicals that I'd want to be in. So cast me in your musicals, you guys, okay? Dream vacation with friends, that's fun. Aw, I don't even think about vacationing, you know, with COVID. Okay, dream vacation, let me think. I don't know. Guys, I think I'm a workaholic. All I can do is think about work. Okay, if I didn't, maybe like, can we come back to that? Dream vacation? Okay, I wanna go to like an amusement park one day, yes, and like hop all the lines. And then I wanna do like some fun, like feel really fancy, like wine tour. I don't even really drink, but just seems kind of fun. And then like hit me with a safari, and then I wanna go bungee jumping. Really active, really fun. I don't have to carry any of my bags. That would definitely be part of it. There was always transportation available and like someone to carry all my stuff, okay? And that basically is reminiscent of, I did, this is totally a tangent and we'll talk about this another time. You gotta leave comments in the comment section if I say something that you wanna see a video on. I went abroad and I did this program called Semester at Sea where I lived on a ship for 4 months and we traveled the Atlantic. So I went to Russia, Western Europe, the UK, west coast of Africa, South Africa, Morocco, across the Atlantic, east coast of South America, Cuba, all the goods. I have so many amazing adventure stories from that time. And that kind of is a dream vacation for sure. Favorite road trip you've taken? Okay, couple come to mind. First, anything with a significant other is really gonna take the cake. We did some good road trips, but I'm gonna skip that. To the left, everything I own in the box to the left. I can't think of that anymore, so goodbye memories, you were fun. But those belong in a journal, tucked away to the left. One of my favorite road trips was my friend Julie and I, who I met on Semester at Sea. We did this road trip where we got in my car. I think we took off from San Francisco and we went all the way down the coast to San Diego and back. And we stayed with tons of friends. This is years and years ago before COVID. And it was like spring break, so we were still students. And what I love and I miss about being a student is when you're on break, you really just get to relax. And so we were totally relaxed. We hung out with so many fun people. We had so many memories. Best time. Ooh, pet peeves. Oh, snap, crackle pop. Okay, pet peeves. A big one is people who limit themselves, where they say the I can't mentality, where they're just like, oh, I can't do that. I can't blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, when I hear that, a lot of times that's not the truth. That's just a limiting mentality. In most people's cases that I've seen this happen, I'm like, the world is actually your oyster. I'm gonna put this down so I can really preach, you know what I'm saying? When I hear people say I can't, when it's really just a I'm scared, I wanna shake them metaphorically and be like, you've gotta push past your fear, because once you jump off the precipice, that is where life begins. You must get uncomfortable. A lot of times when you feel that fear pricking you, it's because you're going in the right direction. So keep going. Dude, keep going. Yeah, the I can't mentality really bothers me. Okay, do you have any advice on making friends in school? Oh, I love this. Be yourself as much as you can be. I know that can be hard when you're young because sometimes being yourself doesn't feel cool. Or maybe that's the new wave of things, is to be yourself. But try to be yourself and do the activities that you love, whether that's like, I'm thinking of myself, like musical theater or like choir. What's really beautiful about when you do the things you love and join clubs that you're excited about, like-minded people will join those things, and you have, I love school communities. You have so many opportunities to make friends. And just remember, you're never too cool to make a friend with somebody else. I know there's so much popularity, shenanigans in high school, middle school, even college sometimes, but you're never too cool to be nice to somebody. And if you really like somebody and you wanna be friends with them, be friends with them. Those can be the most beautiful friendships that last the longest. Keep an open mind and be kind. Kindness is everything. Do you talk to people from American Idol still? Oh my gosh, all the time. Absolutely. Both of the seasons that I did, I have amazing friends from them. I love my American Idol partners. Probably because they all inspire me. They're all doing brave things and just crushing life. And by crushing life, I mean not just like winning awards or like doing cool shows. It's like they're following their bliss, and that is crushing life to me. Anybody watching this, we should do a reunion. Do you want a pet anytime soon? Okay, I actually dreamed about this last night. In my dream world, I would have a little chihuahua, like a tiny little chihuahua, super cute, super tiny, could sleep next to me, would love it. In reality, I see young people with dogs and I see what a commitment it really is. You have to take care of this thing. And a lot of times I see the dogs controlling the lives and the routines of the person. I think I'm too much of a workaholic for it right now. I have so many ambitions and so many goals. There will be a time when I get to have my mini chihuahua and will really love on it so much. But for now, I just don't have the time to bring that into my world. I'll figure that out another day, another time. Advice on somebody going through high school drama. Ugh, here's the deal. There's a reason it's called high school drama. There's a place and a time for it. Middle school and high school is where drama exists the most, I would say. And I think you just naturally, eventually age out of drama. I don't feel like I've really been a part of drama since high school, thank goodness. But it does exist. It's the reality of middle school and high school years because people are just trying to figure out who they are, and that amongst other people, and there's constant comparison, and it's confusing. And you do things and you act certain ways that just you don't end up resonating with as you get older. So the advice is try to always be kind. You're not gonna be perfect. Sorry, there's something outside there. You're not gonna be perfect person. And give yourself grace if you're looking back and you're like, oh, I engaged in high school drama. It doesn't define you, don't let it define you. But if it happens, just remember, this is a phase of life. It will end. If you're on the receiving end of drama, just remember that a lot of time, cruelty and unkindness comes from sadness or insecurity from inside the person who's giving it out. They're also young and just trying to find themselves. So just remember that and take everything with a grain of salt and just be brave and be kind, and this too shall pass. And you're awesome. I love you to infinity and beyond forever, and I need advice on how to be more confident. I actually get this confidence question a lot. I always hear people talk about confidence and say like, fake it till you make it. I don't know if that would really be my first advice. Like, I mean, I'm sure there's a place, I just don't think that that's like my motto that's playing in my head. My advice is that first, confidence is going to grow as you get older. In college, I did a lot of like psychology classes, and one of the facts that's always stuck out to me is that human happiness increases until you're about 80 years old, and then it finally, starts to divot again because quality of life goes down because your body is generally starting to fail you. But human happiness is going to increase until that moment. When you're young, myself included, there are so many variables and unknowns about life. You don't know yourself. When you get in your 20s, you're like, how am I gonna make money? How am I gonna make a living? Where's my person gonna be? Life starts getting real and you gotta figure it out. And all those unknowns are stressful and can decrease your happiness. But in relation to confidence, I will say my biggest thing is my confidence just increased naturally over time. You just feel better about who you are. And you just start to be like, this is me and I'm unapologetically that. It's cool to be you. It's cool to be you. And it also makes you really happy. And people can feel that when you're being yourself and you're just being you, following your bliss, and that energy is attractive, and that actually, it's this virtuous cycle that makes you more confident. And even if you don't know who you are yet, that's totally fine. I'm still figuring myself out too. Just do that honestly. Be vulnerable. Be courageous. Being vulnerable is courageous, and your confidence will just continue to grow, okay? How do you get up feeling/looking as bubbly as you do? You know what? Everybody's wired different ways. I'm wired friggin' bubbly. Energizer Bunny. My screen name in 4th grade, Energizer Mini 424. I've always been this way. It's in my hard wiring. If you're low energy, that's cool. I have friends who are low energy and I love it. I don't just like surrounding myself with people like me. So it's cool to be exactly who you are, but I do love a good coffee drink. This is not, well, this is caffeine, but you get the picture. I'm just a born, natural, energetic flame, a firepower flame. All right, that's weird. Here we go. Would you ever consider acting? I need to see you on the big screen. # Disney Princess. Okay, wow, there's like 5 questions in here, and I love it all. The answer is yes. I guess this is a little like 411 into where my career is going. At the end of the day, I am an entertainer at heart. I love to be on the camera. This is what I constantly make videos for you. I can't help it. I want to do it all the time. Therefore, I'm naturally drawn to the screen. And when I did American Idol, obviously the first dream that I had when I was little was to be a singer. But I did realize along the way of doing that for 2 years and doing the commercials, doing all these things, I was like, guys, I love this so much because it's the perfect amalgamation of getting to sing and getting to perform, but also getting to be on camera. When Idol stopped, it's made me evaluate, and I'm kind of in this moment in my career where I'm just throwing a lot of spaghetti at the walls. One of the spaghetti batches that I'm throwing is I'm pivoting a little bit into the world of like TV hosting, on-air hosting, picture me. There's so many possibilities out there, so I'm going into that arena, and along the way, that accidentally thrust me into the world of commercial acting, and then that accidentally thrusts you into the world of acting when you didn't even know you were going there. I'm going there, and all of a sudden I'm going on these auditions, and I'm like, I don't know what's happening, and I'm just in all these different classes right now. I'm in dance classes, hosting classes, improv classes, commercial acting classes, and regular theatrical acting classes. Honey, we're doing it all. We're trying it all. The spaghetti is being thrown in every arena. Okay, hence the workaholic. Always busy. But being a Disney princess is still, guys, it's gonna happen, okay? I feel it in my bones. What has been your biggest takeaway from 2020? Will you be able to watch this season of American Idol, or will it stir up too many memories? How do I find my twin flame soulmate? More music coming. What's your workout routine and some of your typical meals/snacks? Advice for comebacks on Idol. Tips you wish you had. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 to 10 years? Ugh, we're opening up a whole can of worms here.